Well, you also passed city ordinances, like making it illegal for people to excessively water their lawns.
Yes.
And I'm curious, how does that work in practice? How do you prevent someone from watering their lawn?
right.
Do you just shut down their water supply when they exceed a limit, or?
No. I mean, this what we did this during my tenure,
Yeah.
and we were very successful. We cut water consumption by like 19% during my time. And here's how we did it. It wasn't just one approach. It was a number of approaches. I think maybe 4 or 5 approaches. And I'll tell you which one of these I hope was the most successful one in a second. But the first thing was a public education campaign, right? We're all in this together, right? We're in a drought. Each one of us has to conserve water. We have to not waste water, and I take care of you, and you take care of me, because we're in this together. So
Yeah.
a public campaign. The second thing was that we deployed, experienced people who went out to all corners of the city, and whenever they saw somebody like washing their car in the front yard or something, or wasting water, they had the right to write tickets, but
For washing your car?
for wasting water.
Wasting
Yes.
water.
So
But
I can't wash my car, or?
not
Not too much.
not during the time
wash.
that the rest of the city is in a drought. You can take your car to a car wash. You can clean it in a way that's dry. But when you've got a situation where we're in danger of our water supply not being there, no. There's certain things you can't do. Like restaurants shouldn't just be serving water, putting it out. And you go to a restaurant, you see half the people don't even drink the water. They just
That's
leave
true.
these glasses of water sitting on the table. So all right, the third thing we did was that we passed an ordinance. So it was the law that you can't waste water, the law. And the fourth thing that we did was that we changed the rates, the water rates, right? So it became more expensive to use water. Your bill wouldn't change if you use less water, but your bill would change if you use the same amount of water.
So it's like an exponential thing. Like the more it's
Well,
like
look,
you
it's
charge
like
it.
it's like listen, if I'm paying $1 for this glass of water here, right? And you change this now to be $2, right? If I drink only half, I'm still paying $1. But if I continue drinking the whole thing, then I'm paying $2. So those were the approaches that we put together. Now, I'd like to think that the most successful of them was the public education campaign, but the public outreach campaign. But I know that there are others who will say, no, it was the rates, raising the rates.
I think it must have been the rates. It's always the money.
You're so
Come back
cynical.
to that.
But then, I mean, so would you then let people, or would you then force people to not water their grass? Or I just can't imagine in my head, if I have a garden, do I not just water my plants and
Yes.
let them die? Yeah? Like that's what would happen?
Absolutely. And that is what did happen.
Yeah.
Therefore, what we did was we put that together. We were talking about balancing things, carrots and sticks. So what we did at the time, what we put in place was a kind of program under which, if you got rid of your thirsty lawn,
Yeah.
which you didn't need, right, and replaced it with artificial turf, or replaced it with drought-tolerant, plants that can be very beautiful, we would actually pay you for that. We would pay you $1 a foot, and then it became $2 a
Wow.
foot, and and that was very
So if I
successful.
put palms in my garden or cactuses, you would pay me back?
Correct. Now, I don't know that program is still in place today, because we've recently had a lot of rain, and therefore, we don't need the kind of drought measures that you were
Policies.
just referring
Yeah.
to. But there will be another drought around the corner, and therefore those kinds of measures and those kinds of incentives and rewards may have to be reintroduced.
Or putting fake grass in your garden.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
AstroTurf, I see it everywhere.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have it in my garden.
Interesting.
What time is it?
It's 3:58.
Okay.
You said 4:15?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.